of voting and transmission of results shall be in accordance with the procedure determined by the Electoral Commission and also approved direct primaries for political parties.
It is imperative, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, for me to point out that the successful harmonization of this bill is a process that started from the 7th Assembly through the 8th National Assembly and has now been completed by this distinguished 9th National Assembly. This bill is now ready for passage and presidential assent. I'm happy to say that most of what we call citizens' top priorities on the Electoral Act amendment, including the use of technology, has been addressed by this Electoral Act 2021.
Those in favor that the Senate do approve the Conference Committee report on the Electoral Act number 6, 2010, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Senate also confirmed the nomination of Abdulaziz Idris King and Mohammed Sani Baba as commissioners representing Kogi and Bauchi states in the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission. Recent coups in some African countries such as Guinea and Sudan threaten democratization process Africa has undergone in the past 2 decades. Guests on Good Morning Nigeria, while discussing avenues to securing democracy in Africa, say for Africa to attain the full dividends of democracy, African nations must go from just establishing governments to establishing governance in continuum. Daniel Aderiye tells us more.
Democracy has become the most acceptable means of governance around the world. In Africa, however, factors such as political unrest, growing population and high unemployment rates has contributed to the reversal of democratic tenets in the continent. Guests on Good Morning Nigeria noted that stronger institutions rather than individuals will ensure the entrenchment of democratic values in the continent.
The players and the actors and the political class are largely responsible for the undermining of democracy in our continent, but there's also a sense in which people have to fight back for that space, and that fighting back for that space is not happening sufficiently.
The issue now is that the African leaders will have eyes that refuse to see. They will seal their mouth when, for instance, their counterparts are not doing well. Instead of calling their colleagues to order, they keep quiet.
What we have here, one of those things that drive corruption and make people now want to cut corners, their candidates, a presidential candidate is not required to deposit any money to run for an office. Compare that with what we have in Nigeria.
To pick a form.
Where to pick a form for president is 15 billion naira. Everybody is complicit in this.
They enjoined democratically elected presidents to uphold their constitution to the letter and ensure the even distribution of the dividends of democracy to their citizens. In Abuja, Daniel Aderiye, NT News.
Now let's go over to the east of the Niger, where the Anambra State supplementary governorship election in Ihiala local government area held today with much improvements. Chinyere Fesi Okoye reports that the exercise was peaceful.
In most of the polling units visited in Ihiala local government area, where